You're here right now at this moment because tomorrow you want to be somebody greater than the person you are today. You see yourself succeeding, you have a vision, you have a dream. Congratulations. You're already 10 steps ahead of 95% of the world. Imagine if Michael Jordan was scared of missing. He would have never taken a shot. Imagine if Steve Jobs was afraid of people not liking his product. There would be no iPhone. So ask yourself this: do you want to be a person who fears failure, or do you want to be a person who loves success? Which one? Because you're going to have to pick today. And I'll tell you one thing: one is a failure and one is a success. And if you love success, there is nothing that can stop you. All those negative things people say will mean nothing. They're gonna talk about how only 1% make it to the top. Big deal. Wanna know something else? Only 1% stick with that fitness program long enough to see results. Only 1% of nerds stick with that video game long enough to get good at it. Only 1% of relationships stick it out to the end. That doesn't mean you have a 1% chance. It just means you can't behave like the 99%. You'll have to do something better than giving up a month from now. Those are just numbers. You want to talk about numbers? Take a look around you and take a good look around you. Are you like 99% of the people around you? If you are, then you're in the wrong video, my friend. You have to love success just as much because that's what's gonna allow you to get up and go for it. Being scared to fail won't do anything. In fact, when you love success and you start going for it, guess what happens? You're gonna fail. You're gonna fail 10 times, 100 times, maybe even 1,000 times. But that's okay. Failure isn't permanent. Falling isn't permanent. You get right back up and keep going. And this time, you're gonna be stronger, wiser, and you'll be more driven than ever. And for every 10 failures, you'll land one success. You have to love. I was walking down the street and I saw an old man. Had a hat, suspenders, and a cane. Was about 80 years old. This old man was barely walking. He could walk, but the cane helped a lot. He was struggling. So anyway, he was walking across the street and he ended up falling. So I went over to go help him. And he gets up, says thank you, and we introduced ourselves. Had a little conversation. Told me his name and I told him mine. His name was Robert, by the way. And right as he walked away, I told him, this is what I said: Robert, you should stay inside where it's safe, my friend. And Robert turns around and says to me, I love walking, and I love walking way more than I'm afraid of falling. So I asked him, well, what about your safety? Don't you want to live? And he told me this. These are the exact words he said. He said this: Solo, living means doing what you love to do. And if I have to fall here and there to do what I want to do in life, then so be it. And he just walked away. Never saw him again. That was it. But that statement really had me thinking, and it had me thinking hard because I learned something that day. That's when I realized the true key to success. You see, I always thought if I could just fear the act of failing, and if I fear it like crazy, I will succeed. Because I thought the fear would magically motivate me to get out there and start taking action. But after that day, I realized something. I realized it's the love for success that will lead me to succeeding. So just imagine if Robert feared falling. Would he even start walking? Of course not. He wouldn't even do what he loved to do. He would sit at home and take no type of action. But he loved walking. Wasn't even scared to fall. It gave him life. That's what allowed him to get up and do it. He loved walking so much, he was willing to fall 10 times a day just to do it. And you have to be the same. So the next time someone tells you, you're gonna fail, you know what you tell them? Tell them they're right. But you're not afraid to fail. You're not afraid to take action. You're not afraid to jump. You're gonna fail 10 times, but you know what? It's cool. Because on the 11th time, you'll succeed. Oh, you'll succeed all right. And it'll feel good. And while you're over here living the life of your dreams and complete happiness, guess where they're gonna be? That's right. They'll be failures, the real failures, over there where it's safe, scared to fail. Ironic, isn't it?
If you only have 24 hours in a day, your success is dependent upon how you use the 24. You gotta hear me. People talk about Oprah Winfrey, Ted Turner, Warren Buffett. Listen to me. I don't care how much money you make. You only get 24 hours in a day. And the difference between Oprah and the person that's broke is Oprah uses her 24 hours wisely. That's it. Listen to me. That's it. You get 24. I don't care if you broke, you grew up broke. I don't care if you grew up rich. I don't care if you're in college, you're not in college. You only get 24 hours. And I blew up literally. I went from being a high school dropout to selling 6,000 books in less than 6 months. What happened? My 24 hours. I was like, okay, Eric, you got to get a grip on your 24 hours because you're about to be broke for the rest of your life. And this is all I need you to do for me. I can tell you all about your life if you just write down your 24-hour schedule for me and you let me look at it. I can tell you where you're going to be in 5 years. I can tell you where you're going to be in 10 years. I can tell you where you're going to be in 20 years if you keep that schedule.
You only live once. People like to say that a whole lot. You know what? It's true. But what does YOLO really mean? It means that realistically, you only got one time to do this. You only got one time to pursue the dream that you have in life. Listen, success. Everybody talks about success, but nobody knows what the definition of. Let me give you the definition of success. Success is making the decision and then backing it up with massive action in order to create the life that you've always dreamed of. That's what success is. So I encourage you in this YOLO time, in this you only live once phrase time, I encourage you to go after success like your life depends on it, like you only live once, like you have it and it's obtainable to get. Because success is obtainable to everybody. It's not for the select few. It's not for the select few. It's for everybody who's willing to go out and put in the work to go get it. So YOLO, I agree. You only live once. Let's go out together and get this success. Always remember this, never let anyone outwork you.
I need you to understand this. He was known around the world as one of the most popular athletes in the world, has made more money hand over foot than any athlete in the world. Why? Not because he made 10 more shots. Not because he made 5 more shots. The guy only made 1 or 2 more shots a game over the course of his career than everybody else, and he's better, makes more money, lived a better life than everybody because he sacrificed enough to get those 1 or 2 shots. And I'm telling you, you're not where you want to be financially, and it's not going to take 20 shots. You're not where you want to be in your marriage, and it's not going to take 20 shots. You're not where you want to be in your personal life. You are not the person you want to be, and it's not going to take you 20 shots. For some of you, it's 1 more shot. For some of you, it's 2 more shots, and you have not given yourself enough credit to say, I just need to get up a half hour earlier, and my whole life will change. I just need to get up 1 hour early. I just need to work 1 hour longer. If you were to make that one change, that one sacrifice, you would stop dreaming and start living it.
start of this new millennium, you've already witnessed horrific terrorist attacks and war. For every 2 steps forward, it feels like we take 1 step back.
Deep down in your heart, you know that you're not living up to your potential, and life is now just something you're getting on with. Why not change it? What is stopping you? Life doesn't have to be like this. It can be so much more than you could ever imagine.
Pace of change is not subsiding, it is accelerating. Because of dreamers and innovators and strivers and...
Forget about what they called you when you were growing up. Forget about how bad they used to talk about you. You could forget about your dreams if you don't take a step forward. If you don't change today. If you don't make up your mind that you will win, that you will overcome, that you will be a leader. You know what I do? I wonder, where did your dream go?
I'm asking you all to get out of your seats. I need you to do this now. Walk over to the window, open it, hang out of it and scream, I am so angry that I can't do it anymore. Something has to get better.
Everyone goes through challenges. Obstacles will pop up when you least expect them.
Who remembers when they first realized that they were going to die? Sense that behind all of this, the void is waiting. The worst thing that can possibly happen, one day it surely will. The end of all our projects, our hopes, our dreams of our individual world. We each live in the shadow of a personal apocalypse. But it's what you do with that feeling that determines the quality of your life.
Nobody else is in your way. Excuses like, I'm too small, I'm not fast enough, I'm not strong enough. Don't cut it. You need to make the sacrifice for a greater good. If you aim small, you miss small. Because all the little setups ultimately conquer mountains. Why would you skip that workout session? Why would you skip that extra set? Why would you cheat on your last meal? Why wouldn't you give it your absolute all? That's called effort. You've only got one shot at life. The war has begun. And it's between you and you. When the dust is settled, you got a choice on how you spend every second of your day. You need to have faith. Your dreams will become real.
It's not the title that makes you. It's not the success that makes you. The character defines success, defines the name, and it starts right there with one of 1,000 hours in the training room and in the labs and in the 5 a.m. runs. When everyone else is sleeping, that's when it's won. It's how you look at something. If your name is attached to it, then you do it right, to the best of your ability, every single time. I don't give up. I keep going, no matter what obstacles I must endure. I will not quit. I will keep going. You must live up and withstand whatever comes your way.
Many people have started down the road that you're on, but if you want to make it to the end, you won't see many of them walking with you.
If you don't stay hungry for greatness, your fire will burn out. Make sure your next move is your best move.